Hello and welcome to another Arc Echoes Phantoms video with me, your host, Arc Echo. And this time I thought I'd do something a little bit different, which is just talk about one of my experiences with Back to the Future. And what I was going to talk about is the time when I went to the cinema. I actually decided to go to the cinema to watch the trilogy of Back to the Future when it was released in cinemas and selected cinemas. That was when it come out in 2015. I think it was in October, I think it was. But yeah, it was a really good experience because I had the choice, you see, whether to watch it on telly because they were doing back to back on the telly, all three movies. And they also had that Keith Lemon Back to the Future special as well when he was going about interviewing them and recreating scenes and stuff like that. Or be different and go to the cinema and watch all three films back to back. I did have a choice, mate, and I was like, Nim and Nam, I was like, 50-50, because I've seen them loads of times. I've seen them many, many times. In the end, I did decide I would go to the cinema and watch them because it would be a different experience watching it on the big screen with the cinema sound and things like that. And yeah, I thought it would just be great, a different experience altogether, a different experience of watching it. Which means I couldn't really get anyone else to watch it with me because, again, that they all had that same reason I had while I was enamored by it was that they've seen it countless times and there's really no reason to go and watch it in the cinema because they've already watched it loads and loads and loads of times. But I did say, yeah, but it's a different experience, It's like, but yeah, I went on my own, but it was fine. It was fine. But yeah, I went in there and I had to wear my Back to the Future T-shirt with the Back to the Future 2 timeline of 2015, which was the exact date I went in there. And then yeah, I went in there and I was like, so what cinema screen is it in? Is it actually going to be in a big, huge screen, or is it going to be in a tiny screen? And lo and behold, it was in a smallest screen. It's like, oh, what? I wanted to see it on a really big screen, but they put on a smaller screen. But it was packed out in there with people dressed up as Back to the Future characters, like mainly Marty McFly. There was some people dressed in his outfit, Martin McFly's outfit, when he was in the year 2015, which was the first time, the futuristic 2015, not the apocalyptic, 2015 in Back to the Future 2. Yeah, they had the hoverboards and the hats and the coats, and someone was dressed up as Martin McFly when he went to the Under the Sea dance in the first film. Someone was just like that. Someone was just Doc Brown, had a big wig and things like that, and it was good. All I had was a t-shirt, but that's as far as probably I would go. But yeah, what's the second one? It was probably my favourite one, and then come to the third movie, which was I don't know what it was, but it was packed out in there watching the first one and the second one, but as soon as the third one was about to come on, half of the audience got up and left. They actually left the theatre as the third movie was about to start. Now, I know the third movie is not the best Back to the Future movie. It is the weakest, and I do agree with that, but it's not a really bad film. And I stayed. I was going to watch all three of them back to back. And it is tough watching three movies back to back. It really is because you might start there at like 7. You go in at 7 to somebody, you're not coming out until early hours. And I've only done that a few times with a few movies which I really wanted to see back to back. And that was the Back to the Future trilogy. And then I did the Hobbit trilogy. I watched all three of those in the cinema back to back. That was tough. That was really tough, done really long. But yeah, I watched the first two movies and then I watched the newest movie, which was the Battle of the Five Armies. And then the only other time I did a trilogy of movies was the Marvel movies, which was I think was Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Oh no, it wasn't. No, yeah, it was. First one was the Avengers. That was it. The Avengers. Then the Winter Soldier, and then it was Age of Ultron, which was the newest one out at the time. Again, the only reason I went to see that movie was because I never actually saw the first Avengers movie in the cinema. I know it was a big event at the time. It made a lot of money, but at that time I wasn't really that interested in going to see it. I was interested in it, but I wasn't really that interested in enough to watch it in the cinema. But I watched it when it came out on Blu-ray and stuff like that, and I thought it was great, a fantastic movie. And yeah, I just went to the cinema when I knew it was like a trilogy of movies they were putting on, and it was going to be the first Avengers movie. I thought, yeah, I really want to go to the cinema and watch it because I did miss out on it in 2012, and that was again a really good experience. Actually, it was the Winter Soldier right after it, and that one is one of my favoritist Marvel movies still to date. It really is one of my favorites because it's more based in reality more than the rest of them, because there was no aliens, there was no really big, huge like villains in it and stuff. It was just Hydra, Captain America versus Hydra, and it was a great movie. I loved it, but I watched it so many times. I was like, I really wish I could skip this one in the cinema and get straight to the new one, which was Age of Ultron, which started at midnight and it didn't finish till like gone 2 in the morning, which was getting back is like really makes you really knackered. And it was the same with Back to the Future as well. I didn't get home to the early hours, but yeah, it was a great experience and I loved it. But there you go. That's my experiences of watching Back to the Future trilogy in the cinema at 2015, which still feels like yesterday that I actually watched it in the cinema, and that was a few years ago now, which was like time certainly does fly. I did mention, I just mentioned one last thing about it. When I was in cinema and the second film was on, and Doc Brown was in the DeLorean, and he says the date, of October 21st, like 2015, and everyone in the audience actually cheered at that moment. They all went, "Yay!" And it's like I was watching. I'm like, oh, like, but yeah, it was good. And, it was a really nice atmosphere in there. No one was causing any trouble. It's just Back to the Future fans going in there to watch it as an experience and watching it in a different way where normally we watch it on either the telly and that's it really. But yeah, it was a good experience. I really enjoyed it, and I hope to do it again sometimes, but only if I really want to see a trio of movies in the cinema. But it's got to be a reason for it. Definitely got to be a reason for it. Either I haven't seen the movies before or not, or it's got to be a different reason. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video of mine. I will probably do some more of my experiences next time. And until next time, that is, it's Arc Echo signing out. If you enjoyed that video, then don't forget hit that subscribe button and that like button to keep up to date with all future content from Arc Echo's fandoms.